If you've ever been told that you're too sensitive, too quiet, or made to believe that something is wrong with you because you experience the world so deeply, then this episode is for you. Today we're exploring 9 signs that you're an introverted empath who feels like the black sheep. So get comfy, get cozy, and let's jump in. From a young age, you might have heard the phrase, "you're too sensitive." It's often said with frustration or dismissal, as if sensitivity is a flaw to fix or a weakness to hide. But your sensitivity is a profound gift. It means you feel more deeply than most and that your heart is wide open to the joys and pains of the world. Yet being labeled too sensitive can make you question your own worth and emotions. You might start to hide your feelings away, fearing they're too much for others. But remember, your depth is exactly what makes you beautifully human. You're a unique soul who carries a well of empathy and understanding, and that's something the world desperately needs. It needs your light and the sense of safety you bring to those in your presence. When you share your feelings, you may have experienced others brushing them off with phrases like, "It's not that bad," or "You just need to get over it." That kind of dismissal can feel like an emotional wound and a message that your inner experience just doesn't matter. For an introverted empath, emotions aren't fleeting or superficial. They run deep and they shape how you move through the world. Minimizing those feelings creates a disconnect, making you feel invisible and unheard. Your emotions deserve to be honored and held with care, even if others don't always understand their depth. Family is supposed to feel like home, a place of warmth and comfort where you can truly be yourself. But for many introverted empaths, family gatherings can feel like emotional marathons, stretching you beyond your limits. You soak up the energy of everyone around you, often without even realizing how deeply it affects you. By the end of a gathering, you might feel utterly exhausted, not just physically tired, but emotionally drained in a way that feels heavy and overwhelming. This isn't ordinary fatigue. It's your nervous system gently signaling that you've absorbed more than your soul can safely hold. After such times, your spirit craves solitude, quiet, gentle space where you can rebuild your inner peace, restore your balance, and reconnect with yourself. There's often an unspoken rule placed on you, whether by family, friends, or even yourself, that you're the peacemaker, the one who smooths over tensions and keeps everything and everyone calm. You take on this role even while silently carrying your own pain and struggles beneath the surface. Over time, you may have learned to put others' comforts above your own feelings, fearing that expressing your hurt or frustration will only create more conflict and stress. But your peace matters just as much as everyone else's. Carrying the weight of keeping the peace at your own expense can leave you feeling invisible, worn thin, and disconnected from your true self. It's okay to speak your truth and ask for space to heal. Introverted empaths recharge in silence and solitude, where they can tune back into themselves and soothe their sensitive nervous system. It's in the quiet and calm moments that they can hear their own thoughts again, feel their emotions without interruption, and breathe without the weight of external energy. But many around you may not understand this need. You might hear things like, "Why are you always avoiding people?" Or "You should try to be more social," as if your need for stillness is a problem that needs fixing. But alone time isn't about pushing others away. It's about protecting your energy and finding peace. It's a sacred space where your heart can rest and your nervous system can finally exhale. This kind of solitude is necessary for your emotional and mental well-being. When you honor this need without guilt or explanation, you create space to reconnect with your true self and approach the world with renewed strength, clarity, and softness. Setting emotional boundaries can be tricky, especially when you're naturally empathetic and giving. But sometimes people don't recognize or respect those boundaries. They might overshare, expect you to absorb their feelings, or push you to engage when you're already overwhelmed. When your boundaries are ignored, it can feel like your heart is being stretched too thin. It's important to protect your space with kindness and clarity. Saying no or stepping back isn't selfish, it's self-care, and it's essential for preserving your energy and emotional health. Because you've been minimized before, you might hold back your feelings or thoughts, afraid of being judged or dismissed. You choose silence to avoid conflict or feeling misunderstood. This self-censorship is a protective shield, but it also keeps others from seeing your true, beautiful self. Your voice matters. Your perspective, your feelings, they are valid and worthy of expression. When you allow yourself to speak your truth gently and confidently, you create space for deeper connection and healing. Feeling different can be incredibly lonely, especially when it happens within your own family. The people who are supposed to know you best, love you unconditionally, and make you feel at home. But sometimes your emotional depth, your need for solitude, or simply the way that you see the world sets you apart. You may have grown up feeling like you don't quite fit in, like your way of being was somehow off or misunderstood. But being the black sheep isn't a curse. It means you are uniquely you, standing outside the herd, seeing life through your own beautiful intuitive lens. Your difference is not something to be ashamed of. It's a source of strength, wisdom, and authenticity. You weren't meant to blend in, to follow the crowd, or walk the already beaten path. You were meant to hold a different kind of space, one that makes room for truth, compassion, and deep emotional honesty. You belong exactly as you are, even if it doesn't always feel that way. You avoid conflict, drama, and confrontation because it deeply impacts your nervous system. What others might see as a normal disagreement or a minor tension can feel overwhelming to you, like a storm rattling through your body and mind. Your heart races, your chest tightens, and it can take hours or even days to feel settled again. Many people don't understand how deeply stress and emotional intensity affect you. It's not about being dramatic or overly sensitive. It's about your body's genuine response to overstimulation and emotional chaos. For introverted empaths, the nervous system feels everything, and even the small disruptions can be deeply destabilizing. Avoiding conflict is an act of protection, but in the long run, it's also important to find soft, grounded ways to express your needs and set boundaries, not to create conflict, but to care for your own well-being and to honor the truth of what you feel, because your feelings are valid too. If you recognize yourself in these signs, please know this: your sensitivity is a gift, your introversion is sacred, and feeling like the black sheep simply means your soul walks a unique path, and you've chosen to walk that path, even if it means you must walk alone. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. If this episode resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need this gentle reminder too. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and stay true to who you are in your beautiful heart of hearts.